This fact will explain this way to it, because Sergio Franco has his own space, as all they have it. In its case, it is relative to the ships that have transported him in the time, the distance, and the axis of the planets. To understand it will begin this way. We see to Franco in a day common of work, as we see it here. He makes his terrestrial work, but while he makes it, many things happen in the time and the space, as we see it here, in the field, to the direct contact to a ship. While he works on, he doesn't know very consciously that me, HUGUITO, his binary father in the earth, I observe his displacements in diverse bodies as the one that he uses here in the field, contacting to the ship. It is easy for me because I am his father, and we see him making the contact, and we see him in the computer, and I am in all sides seeing it. For this door-dimensional light, it is for where I enter and I live, so much toward where my son is working, as well as toward the place of the contact that he is carrying out. It is not that I should take care of him, but rather the process inside the ship is carried out in a natural way. Franco continues concentrated in his work, at the same time that his other copy in the field, in another time behind or of the one space passed through the door, Kerófila, knows very well of me, and that I am to the so much of what happens while I continue observing the whole process, also from this time and others. Of course that there's a lot of time that I already learned how to divide me in several bodies, and from all of them I can see the facts that will happen to my son. My son follows concentrated making his, but his reality goes entering in a colored curve of time. The entrance wind 76 that the camera goes capturing. This is slow where Franco's image enters to the equiptoro of the ship, while the columns of Kiparas, even so they compress as they arm, and they dismantle the image to transport it to the door Kerófila. Here we can see better the dome of the ship Alcatar, that one knows as the dome of the atom desno. That it is for where, like we see, the image enters to several dimensions, for where Franco is in other dimensions, where he makes the processes correspondent at rituals. Franco is trained and his mind is prepared so that when being in certain situations, like in diverse dimensions, at once always to be connected, like part of receiving the information mind to mind, on what is necessary to make in certain situations. When entering into certain dimensions, those situations are others, as well as the realities and the cause, and if it is not connected toward the guides, the conscience and the mind, they can suffer diverse levels of impacts to their realities. As here Franco entered into the dimension Quartarana. It is in that dimension when, as in passing, like we see in this image, they are accustomed to cheer up, and like it will be said, to be strained and to be coupled in this type of transfers, the well-known goblins, that here as we see them reflected from the own column of Skipara, you can see them. We will say at two of them. Although they are many, the goblins, these they are the goblins duendinos. Here we can see them more than close, and also already armed from the computer. This is a very real world, for which is usually passed in certain levels of transverse beings that so much is as they are not that they live here in a compact world, in diverse natural dimensions. We can see some captured indirect in this dimension. Real and physical ones, and others in their world agartiano, or of supposed fantasy. In this type of transfers, Franco is taken to diverse methods on his body, mind and consciousness, which cannot be understood or taken as painful and horrible, and it is that they are it. But the same as to myself, as father in my genetics, toward his genetics, I have already left him the concepts, refined to other realities. In that trip, already in the big river in Argentina, Franco is live and direct to physical contact, to a brother bigger than the ships call it Keuler, where we can see him in several dimensions of light, as for example here. A light that doesn't allow to see nothing else than to Frank, but as the fields of light are others, it can be distinguished more and more clear, the being. All of these pictures are real ones, taken live and indirect in the same place of the facts, where the realities of the matter are managed from the ships and to other physical and human concepts. Let us not say human already. For the dimensional door Kerófila, as we see in the picture, this being of life appears that is now muscular in our cause, that then you can see better his colors when giving a better illumination to the picture, and we still see a range of impressive colors that they show other concepts of the same ones. Being primary colors, they are much more potent than the noun alive and indirect. It is much more impressive to show. By means of the great benefit of the images that here show, it is possible to give you an idea of these facts, although very small one, because in this the reality overcomes all fantasy. Like that in questions of seconds or minutes, it is that these facts have happened, and we return to the images already of Franco working in their writings. And there are then given another small sample more of trips and transfers of the body, the mind, the matter and the energy in the time, and in many other concepts, strangers for the man. Franco remembers the details of these facts, as I show to him and to all of you here, but at once of seeing them, at once he can have all the other details that he had not seen, experienced of, or known, siblings, friends. It is this way the contact is. Let's get ready then more.